This is your conscience speaking. Go like and subscribe. Do it now.
To the best team in the division. My pick for MVP.
Sorry, I'm sleepy.
Leading the charge. We've been saying it for a year now. And here you are. You're over here falling asleep on our daggum Lions. You know we don't
I'm
sleep
sleeping
Lions.
on them.
You know we're the number one Lions podcast in the entire world. We love the Detroit Lions. This is our squad, boy. They got the boy Aiden Hutchinson, hometown hero, coming from Michigan. They got DJ Baby Shark, do right there, catching routes, boy. They got Jared Goff, former number one overall pick, slinging the rock. I love him at MVP, plus 17,000, 170 to 1, boy. That's $1 to win $170. I love Jared Goff. DeAndre Swift, Georgia legend, put up monster numbers last year running that rock. Penei Sewell, one of the highest graded offensive linemen to ever come out of college, coming out of Oregon, just being a beast with Decker on the other bookend. Amon-Ra St. Brown, you be an MVP caliber player at wide receiver in
Two
year
MVPs.
2. The dude cannot be stopped. The dude was absolutely torching people last year. Coming into year 2, unstoppable. Amon-Ra St. Brown, top 5 wide receiver for me in fantasy football this year. I love this kid. They just got to get their defense figured out. But with Dan Talica as their head coach, Mr. Dan Campbell himself, biting kneecaps, he's going to get this defense figured out. This offense is going to be humming. This team go way over 6.5 wins, making the playoffs at 375, winning the division at plus 970, NFC champs at plus 5,200, and Super Bowl champs at plus 1,200 or 12,000. I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit my golf prop. I'm gonna hit DeAndre Swift for Offensive Player of the Year, and I'm about to make 174 units off these fools with like 4 units worth of bets, dude. We going big, boy.
I'm not quite that. I'm optimistic for him. Not quite that optimistic.
Can't be stopped.
This has an argument for the best O-line in football. They are just stacked. I think Jamal Williams is going to steal carries from DeAndre Swift. Williams finished out last year strong in his place, and I think he's in the back of coaches' minds with that. I think he's going to get a lot more carries this year. I actually like Jamal Williams for a sleeper fantasy pick this year.
DeAndre Swift.
Amon-Ra's a monster. If DJ Chark can stay healthy, he's been a good receiver whenever he's been healthy. Hope he stays healthy there this year. And then Adam Williams in the draft was big.
Jamison Williams is so good at Alabama. If he gets to like 75-80% by week 3, this wide receiver core is going to be a problem.
Yeah. And Hawkinson's as good as any tight end in the league.
Hey, man, let's look at the schedule, man. I mean, you got Philly at home week 1. Yeah, Philly's kind of tough, but then you got Washington, Minnesota, Seattle, New England. After that, I mean, we're talking about a 5-0
with the bye.
We're talking about a 5-0 start going into the bye. We only need 2 more wins. I'll give you 3-2. Then we only need 4 more wins the rest of the year. Then at Dallas, that's a rough game. But then you have Miami at home. Miami coming up to the Great Lakes. Not a good game for them. Green Bay's trash. We already know that. We already talked about them. Then you got Chicago and the Giants. I mean, we could easily have this win total like 8 games into the season, 9 games into the season, 10 games into the season.
I think Jacksonville is where they get to 7.
Yeah, and then
Jacksonville or New York Jets, one of those two.
If you, I mean,
that'll get them to 7. They'll finish off with 8 or 9.
If Jacksonville's your 7th win, you're right in the heart of the playoff race.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But if it's the Jets,
they're still in it.
I think it's one of those 2 games will be their 7th win.
If Jets is their 7th win, and they beat Carolina, they beat Chicago, they beat Green Bay. Hey, man, that's 10-7.
Well, that could line up. That could really line up that week 18 playoff. Detroit wins and they're in, while Green Bay's resting starters that we were talking about.
Well, if Green Bay's resting starters, that means they probably have the 1 seed. I love their center. He's probably one of my favorite centers in the league.
Oh, Ragnow's a monster.
Love him.
He'll rag you right now. That's why his name's Ragnow.
My favorite position in football. He's probably my favorite player in football right now. Aiden Hutchinson. I love Aiden Hutchinson on this defense.
He's good. Got Trayvon Walker up at free safety. I thought he was Jag, but
this team has the talent to win, and I think they will win. And I think they have a great head coach. I think Jared Goff is more than capable of leading this team to success. They're absolutely loaded on offense, and I think Dan Campbell, being the defensive genius that he is going to get this defense right. They might not be great, but they'll be all right. And I think their offense will be good enough. And this team's going to be a problem. This team's going to win some games.
I mean, I think the offense is stacked. I'm with you there. I think Goff is good enough to win with. Like, I think Goff's reputation isn't as bad as Goff is. I'm not riding that MVP train with you, even at those odds.
170 to 1?
Man, he's not going to have a better year than he ever had, than the few years he had in the Rams when he got no MVP consideration. So,
he never had Amon-Ra St. Brown when he was on the Rams.
Yeah, he only had Cooper Kupp, you're right.
Cooper Kupp wasn't as good as he was now.
This offense is going to need to win the games for them, because this defense isn't going to stop a lot of people with... I really only see two guys that you're saying you really, really like. But yeah, that means the offense has to be perfect early in the game to not be behind late, because your defense ain't stopping much.
You don't have to be perfect. They have to be in a position. Who's their kicker?
I don't know that,
because I think they're going to be in a good enough position to where they can run the ball late to either run out the clock to win or kick a field goal to win.
See, but that says they need to be leading, or even the field goal. Like, I don't know if I trust Goff to win games late in the fourth quarter for them. Because he's Jared Goff. I think he's going to do a lot. I think he's going to have good stats, pretty stats, but he's a bit of a Kirk Cousins syndrome to me. I don't trust him to win games late.
When has he ever choked down the stretch?
Plenty of times.
When?
2018 against the Bears.
Well, that's the best team in football, with Khalil Mack breathing down his throat. This team has got 11 wins written all over it. Nobody's stopping this team.
Yeah, I'll stick with my 8 or 9.
Hey, that's still
either way. It's the over.
It's the over, boy. Stamp of approval. The Shaving Point stamp of approval.
Boom.
Lions over. We're more than happy to dive in deeper. You just gotta leave us a comment below, like and subscribe. Let us know what you want to hear, and don't forget, don't sleep on the Lions.
Don't do it.